Hello my dear friends, welcome back to English Vibe 1, the place where you learn English slowly, peacefully, and with confidence. My name is Noyan, and today I want to share with you some beautiful life-changing ideas from a very powerful book about the hidden strength inside every human being. This book talks about the invisible power that helps you wake up in the morning, helps you keep going when life feels hard, and helps you continue even when you feel tired and empty. This power is called willpower. In very simple words, willpower is your inner strength. It is the quiet force inside your heart and mind that helps you do what is right, even when it is not easy, even when you do not feel like doing it. You do not need to read the full book for hours because today I will explain the most important ideas to you in very easy English so that you can understand deeply and also connect these ideas to your English learning journey and to your daily life. Before we go deeper, let us understand willpower in a very simple way. Willpower is the power that helps you choose the difficult but good option instead of the easy but harmful one. It is the power that helps you stop when you want to continue doing something bad, and it is the power that helps you start when you want to stay lazy and comfortable. Willpower is the reason you wake up instead of sleeping more, the reason you study instead of scrolling, the reason you control your anger instead of shouting, and the reason you continue trying even after you fail. Now imagine this moment very clearly in your mind. It is early morning. The room is quiet. The air is calm. Your alarm suddenly rings. Your eyes feel heavy. Your body feels warm under the blanket. Your brain says, sleep more, just 5 more minutes. Your bed feels safe and comfortable. But deep inside you, a soft voice appears. This voice is not loud. It does not shout. It simply whispers, get up. You can do this. Your life is waiting. You slowly open your eyes. You sit up. Your feet touch the floor. You go to the bathroom. You wash your face. You take your first deep breath of the day. That tiny moment, that small decision, that quiet action is willpower. Willpower is not something big and dramatic. It is not fire, it is not thunder. It is silent, steady, and gentle. It works in small moments that shape your entire life. And the main idea of this book is very beautiful and very hopeful. It says that willpower is like a muscle in your body. Just like your hands, legs, and back become stronger when you exercise them, your willpower also becomes stronger when you use it. But just like your muscles become tired when you use them too much, your willpower also becomes tired when you use it again and again without rest. This simple idea explains so many problems in our life. It explains why some days you feel strong, focused, and motivated, and other days you feel weak, lazy, and confused. It explains why sometimes English feels easy and light, and other days it feels heavy and painful. It explains why sometimes you keep your promises easily, and other times you break them again and again. The truth is, willpower is not magic. It is not something only successful people have. It is not a gift given only to special humans. Every human being has willpower. You have it too. Even when you feel broken, tired, or hopeless, your willpower is still there, just waiting to be trained slowly. And just like physical muscles, you do not become strong in one day. You start with small weight. You repeat it every day. You feel pain. You rest. You try again. And slowly your body becomes stronger. Willpower works exactly the same way. You do not start with huge goals. You do not need to study English for 2 hours every day. You start with 5 minutes. Then after some days 10 minutes. Then 15. Slowly, quietly, your inner strength grows. And as your willpower grows, your confidence grows, your discipline grows, your patience grows, and your English also grows with it. Now think about your daily life. After a long day of work, stress, noise, and problems, your body feels tired. Your mind feels heavy. Your phone invites you with videos, messages, and endless scrolling. Your bed calls you to rest. Your family needs your attention. Your brain wants comfort. But your English book is waiting quietly on the table. In that moment, willpower enters your life. Willpower is what helps you say, I will study just 5 minutes. Willpower is what helps you open your English podcast instead of TikTok. Willpower is what helps you read one small paragraph even when you feel exhausted. Willpower is what helps you practice one sentence even when your mind feels empty. These small choices look unimportant, but they slowly build your future. Now here is another truth that changes everything. Your willpower is not unlimited. It is limited. It can run out. Just like your phone battery starts the day full and slowly becomes empty as you use it, your willpower also starts strong and slowly becomes weaker as you make decisions and control your actions throughout the day. Every time you control your anger, your willpower becomes a little lower. Every time you force yourself to focus, your willpower becomes a little lower. Every time you avoid a bad habit, your willpower becomes a little lower. By the evening, your willpower battery may be very low. This is called willpower depletion. It does not mean you are weak. It simply means you are human. Your brain uses real physical energy when you control yourself. And that energy comes from your body. Your brain needs fuel just like a car needs fuel. That fuel is sugar in your blood, water in your body, oxygen in your lungs, and rest for your nervous system. When you are hungry, thirsty, tired, stressed, and sleep-deprived, your willpower becomes weak. Your self-control becomes low. Your patience becomes thin. That is why you feel angry more easily when you are tired. That is why you make bad food choices when you are hungry. That is why you stop studying English at night even when you promised yourself you would study. It is not because you are lazy. It is not because you have a bad personality. It is because your energy is low. And this knowledge should not make you feel guilty. This knowledge should make you kind to yourself. It should help you understand why some days are hard and some days are easy. It should help you plan your life better. For example, many people find it easier to study English in the morning. Why? Because their willpower battery is full after sleep. Their brain is fresh. Their body has energy. Their mind can focus. But in the evening, after making hundreds of decisions at work, controlling emotions all day, solving problems, talking to many people, your mental fuel is almost gone. Even small tasks feel heavy. Even simple English sentences feel difficult. This is why you must respect your energy. This is why you should try to study when your power is highest, not when it is lowest. Another powerful idea from the book is decision fatigue. This means you become tired not only from physical work but also from making too many decisions. From the moment you wake up, your brain begins choosing what to wear, what to eat, how to speak, which message to reply, which task to do first, whether to be polite or to express anger, whether to focus or to scroll. Each decision uses a little bit of your energy, and slowly your energy goes down. By evening, your mind feels crowded, confused, slow, and emotional. That is decision fatigue. And modern life makes this problem worse. Today you have too many choices, too many foods, too many apps, too many videos, too many study resources, too many English teachers, too many learning methods. Your brain becomes tired just from choosing. You want to learn English, but you cannot decide whether to watch YouTube, listen to a podcast, read a book, practice grammar, or memorize words. You spend so much time choosing that you lose the energy to actually study. This is why creating routine is so powerful. When you decide once and follow it every day, your brain becomes calm. When you remove small daily decisions, your energy is saved for important work. For example, if you choose one fixed time for English every day, you do not need to decide again. If you choose one fixed method for 30 days, you do not waste energy choosing again. If you prepare your clothes at night, you save morning energy. If you prepare your study material before sleeping, you protect your willpower for learning. Simplicity makes you strong. Clarity gives you power. Routine protects your mental energy. And this makes your English learning smooth and consistent. Now let us talk about failure, because this is where many people become hopeless and stop forever. Everyone fails. Everyone breaks promises. Everyone skips days. Everyone feels lazy sometimes. This is not weakness. This is the nature of limited willpower. When your energy is low, you make more mistakes. When your energy is low, you give in to temptation more easily. When your energy is low, you stop controlling your impulses. People usually fail more at night than in the morning because at night their willpower is already tired from the whole day. After failure, many people feel ashamed. They say bad words to themselves. They label themselves as lazy, useless, and hopeless. But shame is dangerous. Shame steals your remaining energy. Shame makes you weaker. Shame makes you avoid your goals. Shame pushes you into a cycle of more failure. The truth is, failing does not mean you are broken. It means you are human. It means your energy was low at that moment. The solution is not to hate yourself. The solution is to rest, recharge, and begin again slowly. Real strength is not never falling. Real strength is standing up gently every time you fall. Even if you fall 1,000 times, you can stand up 1,000 times. Every return makes you stronger than before. The most important lesson is this. Your willpower grows when you care for your body and mind. Eat simple healthy food. Drink enough water. Sleep properly. Move your body every day. Take sunlight. Take fresh air. These simple actions strengthen your brain. They increase your focus. They improve your mood. They protect your willpower. When your body is strong, your mind is strong. When your mind is strong, your English becomes easier. You do not need perfection. You do not need to study for hours. You only need small daily steps. 5 minutes of listening. 5 minutes of reading. 5 minutes of speaking. These are tiny actions, but they create huge change over time. And slowly you will notice that English is no longer heavy. It becomes light. It becomes familiar. It becomes part of your life. Remember this until the end of your life. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You are simply a human with limited energy. Protect that energy. Respect that energy. Train that energy slowly. And your life will become easier. Your dreams will feel closer. Your English will become stronger. And one day you will look back and realize that all these small 5-minute sessions changed everything. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I am proud of you for choosing growth. I am proud of you for choosing learning. I am proud of you for not giving up. Your English is growing. Your mind is growing. Your future is opening. Keep going slowly. Keep believing in yourself. And I will be with you on this journey. Goodbye for now, my friends. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep trusting your inner power. Now, my friends, let us continue this beautiful journey deeper into your inner strength. In the last part, we learned that willpower is real, that it becomes tired, that it needs energy, and that failure does not mean you are weak. Now we will go even deeper into how your willpower is affected by your thoughts, your emotions, your habits, and your environment, and how you can protect it every day while learning English and living your life. Many people believe that willpower is only about forcing yourself to do hard things, but this is only one small part of the truth. Real willpower is also about designing your life in a smart and gentle way so that you do not need to fight yourself all the time. Fighting yourself every day is very tiring. If you always depend only on force, your energy will finish very quickly. But if you create simple systems in your life, willpower becomes easier to use and easier to save. Let me explain this in a very simple way. Imagine you want to eat healthy food. If your house is full of chips, biscuits, soda, and junk food, you will need strong willpower every single day to avoid them. You will fight with temptation from morning to night. But if your house is full of fruits, vegetables, water, and simple food, you do not need to fight much. Healthy choice becomes the easy choice. The same idea works for English learning. If your phone is full of games, reels, and entertainment, you will need huge willpower to open your English app. But if you remove some distractions and put your English app on your home screen, learning becomes easier. Willpower works best when your environment supports you. Your environment is not just your room. It is your phone, your friends, your daily routine, your sleeping time, and even the voices you listen to every day. If you listen to negative voices all the time, your willpower becomes weak. If you listen to encouraging voices, your willpower becomes strong. That is why you are here listening to this calm English. You are training your patience and your focus without even noticing it. Another powerful idea is that willpower is closely connected to your emotions. When your emotions are calm, your willpower is strong. When your emotions are wild, your willpower becomes weak. Think about anger. When you are angry, you say things you later regret. Think about sadness. When you are deeply sad, you lose motivation. Think about fear. When you are afraid, you avoid challenges. These emotional storms drain your willpower very fast. That is why learning to calm your emotions is also a way to protect your willpower. Slow breathing, silence, walking, writing your feelings, listening to soft audio, all these things help your brain become calm again. A calm brain has stronger self-control. A calm heart makes better choices. This is very important for English learners because many learners feel fear when they speak. They feel shame when they make mistakes. They feel embarrassment when someone laughs. These emotions can kill your willpower to practice. But when you learn to accept mistakes as part of growth, your fear becomes smaller, your confidence grows, and your willpower becomes stronger automatically. Mistakes do not mean you are bad at English. Mistakes mean you are learning. Silence does not mean you are stupid. Silence means your brain is thinking. Every sentence you try to speak is one step forward, even if it is broken, even if it is slow. Now let us talk about habits, because habits are the secret helpers of willpower. A habit is something you do without thinking too much. When something becomes a habit, it does not use much willpower. That is why habit is more powerful than motivation. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. Some days you feel excited, some days you feel empty. But habit stays. When English becomes part of your daily habit, you do not need to fight yourself every day. You simply do what you always do. How do habits grow? Habits grow from small repeated actions. If you listen to English for 5 minutes every day at the same time, after some weeks, your brain will start expecting it. If you shadow 3 sentences every night, after some weeks, your mouth will move automatically. At first it feels strange. Then it feels normal. Then it feels necessary. This is how habits are born. Do not wait for motivation. Build habits. Do not wait for energy. Build routine. Do not wait for confidence. Take small action. Action creates confidence. Another important idea is that your brain loves rewards. When you do something difficult and then reward yourself, your brain learns that effort is good. The reward does not need to be big. It can be a cup of tea, a short walk, some music, or a few minutes of rest. When you finish your English session and say to yourself, "Good job," your brain feels happiness. And next time it becomes easier to start again. Kindness to yourself strengthens willpower more than punishment ever can. Many people try to punish themselves for being lazy, but punishment creates fear, and fear drains energy. Gentle reward creates love, and love builds strength. Now let us talk about the dangerous enemy of willpower, distraction. Distraction is not just noise. Distraction is anything that pulls your attention away from your goal. Your phone is the biggest distraction of our time. One notification can steal minutes, then hours, then days. Social media is designed to trap your attention. It gives you fast pleasure without effort. But fast pleasure makes long-term goals feel boring. English learning is a slow pleasure. It grows silently. It gives results slowly. That is why your brain often chooses fast fun instead of slow growth. The solution is not to destroy your phone. The solution is to create clear boundaries. Choose one time of day to be fully offline. Choose one place where you study without checking messages. Turn off notifications during your study time. These small actions protect your focus and your willpower. Focus is the door through which willpower enters your life. Without focus, willpower cannot work properly. Another very deep idea is that your identity affects your willpower. Identity means how you see yourself. If you see yourself as someone who is weak, lazy, and bad at English, your willpower will always be low. But if you slowly start to see yourself as a learner, a fighter, a growing person, your willpower becomes stronger. Identity changes with action. Each day you study even a little, you prove to yourself that you are someone who tries. Each day you return after failing, you prove to yourself that you are someone who does not give up. Slowly your inner story changes. You stop saying, "I am bad at English," and you start saying, "I am learning English." This small change in words creates a big change in power. Your brain follows the story you tell yourself. If your story is weak, your strength becomes weak. If your story is hopeful, your power becomes hopeful. Now listen carefully to this truth. Willpower alone is not enough to change your life forever. It helps you start. It helps you continue. But systems, habits, environment, and identity are what keep you going without constant struggle. Think about a river. Water flows easily because the path is already made. Your life also needs such paths. If every day you must decide everything again, your willpower will drown. But if your path is clear, your energy will flow smoothly. Decide your English routine once. Decide your materials once. Decide your practice time once. After that, just walk on the path. Do not argue with your mind every day. Your brain only thinks about problems and danger. In that mode, learning becomes very difficult. Your memory becomes weak. Your focus disappears. Your patience breaks easily. That is why many learners feel blocked when life becomes heavy. When money problems, family pressure, or job stress fill your mind, English feels impossible. But here is the gentle truth. You do not need to escape stress to continue learning. You only need to make your learning very small during stressful times. Even 1 minute of listening is enough. Even one sentence of speaking is enough. When life is heavy, reduce the size of your goal. Do not stop completely. Stopping completely breaks the connection with your habit. Keep the flame small but alive. A small flame can become a big fire again. A flame that goes out is difficult to bring back. So during hard days, say to yourself, today I will only do one tiny thing. That tiny thing keeps your identity alive as a learner. Now let us talk about the relationship between willpower and confidence. Many people wait for confidence before they act. But this is a trap. Confidence is not the cause of action. Confidence is the result of action. At first you act with fear, then with doubt, then with less fear, then with more comfort, and slowly confidence is born. Every small English practice builds a little confidence. Confidence then makes willpower lighter. Suddenly starting does not feel so painful. You still need willpower, but it feels softer, not heavy like before. This is why the beginning is always the hardest. But if you pass the painful beginning, the road becomes smoother. Let me tell you something very honest. Many people fail not because they lack willpower, but because they expect willpower to work like magic. They expect to feel strong every day. They expect to feel motivated every morning. They expect to never feel tired. This expectation is false. The real skill is not always feeling strong. The real skill is knowing how to behave when you feel weak. Strong people are not those who never get tired. Strong people are those who know how to continue gently when they are tired. Sometimes that means resting. Sometimes that means reducing your goal. Sometimes that means asking for support. Sometimes that means doing the minimum and stopping. Rest is not quitting. Rest is recharging. A rested mind returns with greater power. A burned out mind only breaks more. Now let us connect all of this deeply with your English journey. Learning a language is not just an academic task. It is an emotional journey. It touches your confidence, your identity, your fear, your dreams. Some days you will feel proud. Some days you will feel embarrassed. Some days you will feel excited. Some days you will feel hopeless. All of this is normal. Do not judge yourself for these waves. Just keep showing up in small ways. 5 minutes today. Zero guilt if you fail. 5 minutes tomorrow. Zero pressure. When you remove heavy pressure, learning becomes lighter. When learning becomes lighter, willpower works better. When willpower works better, consistency grows. And consistency is the real secret of success. Not speed. Not talent. Not intelligence. Consistency. Now let me give you a simple picture to hold in your heart. Imagine that your future English skill is like a house you are building every day. Every listening, every reading, every speaking practice is one small brick. One brick does not look important, but thousands of bricks create a strong house. Some days you will place many bricks. Some days you will place only one. Some days you will place none because you are sick, stressed, or overwhelmed. That is okay. The house does not disappear because of one empty day. What matters is that you return. Again and again and again. Little by little. This is how real progress is made. And this is how your willpower becomes wise, not just strong. Thank you, my friends, for staying with me in this long, calm journey. In the next part, we will talk about how your goals affect your willpower, how to think long-term without losing daily energy, and how to create a mindset that protects you from quitting forever. Until then, breathe slowly, be kind to yourself, and remember that you are growing even when you cannot see it yet. Now, my friends, let us continue forward with quiet strength and clear hearts. In the previous part, we talked about environment, habits, stress, identity, and how small actions protect your willpower. Now in this part, we will talk about goals, patience, long-term thinking, and how to stay on your path even when results are slow and invisible. This part is very important because many people do not quit because they are weak. They quit because they expect change too fast. When change does not come quickly, their heart becomes tired. Their hope becomes thin. Their willpower becomes confused. So let us understand this slowly and gently. Every meaningful change in life moves slowly. A seed does not become a tree in one day. A child does not become an adult in 1 year. And your English will not become fluent in 1 month. The problem is not your speed. The problem is your expectation. When your expectation is too big and too fast, your willpower becomes heavy. When your expectation is gentle and realistic, your willpower becomes light. Light willpower lasts longer. Heavy willpower breaks faster. Many learners start with fire. They study 2 hours a day. They watch many videos. They memorize many words. They feel powerful for a few days. But then life touches them. Work becomes busy. Family needs attention. Tiredness arrives. And suddenly their big plan collapses. Not because they are lazy, but because the plan was too heavy for daily life. Long-term learning must match real life, not fantasy life. Your English routine must fit inside your tired days, not just your free days. That is why small daily practice beats big rare practice every time. 10 minutes every day is stronger than 2 hours once a week. The daily rhythm trains your brain. It tells your mind, this is who I am. I am someone who practices. And your identity slowly changes with this rhythm. Now let us talk about goals in a healthy way. Goals are good. They give direction. But goals can also become dangerous when they are too far from your reality. If you say, I must become fluent in 3 months, your heart will carry pressure every day. And pressure drains willpower very fast. But if you say, this week I will only listen every day, your heart feels light. You can carry that easily. One small promise you can keep is better than one big promise you will break. Broken promises weaken your trust in yourself. Kept promises build your inner strength. So always choose promises you can keep even on your worst days. Let your goals be flexible, not rigid. Rigid goals break under stress. Flexible goals bend and survive. Another very deep truth is this. Your brain needs to feel progress to stay motivated. But progress is not always visible. Sometimes progress is happening inside silently. You may not feel it, but your listening skill is sharpening. Your pronunciation is adjusting. Your brain is building invisible connections. Then one day, suddenly, you understand a sentence that you could not understand before. Feels like magic. But it is not magic. It is the result of many silent repetitions. This is why patience is the best friend of willpower. Impatience makes you quit. Patience makes you unstoppable. When you rush, you fight reality. When you accept slow growth, you move with reality. And reality always wins. Now let us talk about comparison, because comparison is one of the fastest killers of willpower. You see someone online who speaks English fluently. You feel small. You feel behind. You feel slow. You feel ashamed. Then you look at yourself and say, why am I not like that? This thought quietly weakens your energy. You forget that you do not see their full journey. You only see their result. You do not see their years of confusion, mistakes, fear, and silence. You only see the final picture. Comparing your beginning to someone else's middle or end is unfair to your heart. Your only real competition is you from yesterday. If today you understand one new word, you have already grown. If today you speak one sentence with courage, you have already progressed. Do not measure your life with someone else's ruler. Measure it with your own steps. Now let us talk about the inner voice in your head. This voice talks to you all day. Sometimes it is kind. Sometimes it is cruel. When your inner voice says, you are slow, you are bad, you are failing, your willpower becomes weak. But when your inner voice says, you are trying, you are learning, you are growing, your willpower becomes warm and strong. You cannot stop thoughts from coming, but you can choose which thoughts you listen to. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to a close friend. You would not insult your friend for making mistakes. You would encourage them. You would tell them to try again. Be that friend to yourself. Self-talk is not just words. It is energy. Gentle words create gentle strength. Harsh words create heavy weakness. Now we move to an important truth about consistency. Consistency does not mean never missing a day. Consistency means always returning after missing. Missing one day is normal. Missing 2 days is still human. Missing many days becomes a problem only when you believe that you are finished. The most important skill in learning is not perfect discipline. The most important skill is the ability to restart again and again. Each restart shows courage. Each return shows strength. Life will pull you away sometimes. Do not fight life. Flow with it. When you return softly, not with shame. Shame makes the road heavier. Softness makes it lighter. Now let us talk about fear, because fear often hides under laziness. Many people say they are lazy, but deep down they are afraid. Afraid of making mistakes. Afraid of sounding stupid. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of failure. Fear quietly steals willpower. It makes your body freeze. It makes your mind avoid practice. The solution to fear is not to remove it completely. Fear will always exist when you grow. The solution is to move one small step while fear is still there. Courage does not mean no fear. Courage means acting with fear. Speak one broken sentence. Let your voice shake. Let your grammar be imperfect. English does not grow in silence. It grows in imperfect sound. Now let us talk about long-term balance. You are not a machine. You are a human being with emotions, limits, and changing energy. Some days your willpower will be high. Some days it will be low. Balance means you adjust your effort with your energy. High energy days are for deeper practice. Low energy days are for very light practice. Never force the same level every day. That is how burnout is born. Burnout is when your mind becomes empty, tired, and numb. It happens when you push without rest. Rest is not your enemy. Rest is your partner. Rest repairs your willpower. Rest prepares your next growth. Now listen carefully to this final deep truth of this part. The goal is not to become perfect at English. The goal is to become someone who never gives up on learning. Perfect people do not exist, but consistent learners do. You may never feel ready. You may always feel you need more preparation. But readiness is not a feeling. Readiness is a decision. One small step today is better than perfect planning tomorrow. Your future self will not thank you for your perfect dreams. Your future self will thank you for your small daily actions. And now, my friends, let us slow down together for a moment. Take a soft breath. Feel your body. Feel your heart. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be on your journey.